Hello, streaming to live on Rumble. I'm Gordon with Unlock Your Bioenergy. Today is Saturday, May 30th, 2026. And it's day number 411 wearing the incredible X39, which you see right here. And 112 days are left to my 50th birthday. Today I'm going to do a 10-minute HIIT with a fitness stress test. And this is extending what I did last week, where I reached my personal best 250 skips with the black rope within 67 seconds. So today I'm going to increase the intensity, meaning I want to do 250 skips in 66 seconds. So 1 second faster. And that equates to a quicker pace, approximately, what did I say? 3.s. So here it's 250 skips divided by 66 seconds is 3.7878 revolutions per second. So it's quicker than last week, which was divided by 67, 3.73. So it might not seem like a lot, but when you start adding up the seconds, it starts to add up. And to be able to do that test the way I do, it's a measure of progress. And by using the same rope that I first started using back in 2018, basically it's a way of me to know, to validate if I'm progressing or not. And that is a good thing if I'm continuing to see that. And speaking of progressing, yesterday in the Feel It Friday session, I was mentally motivated and I pushed through that card workout quite aggressively, because my overall time was faster than the week prior. I think I duplicated some of the movements, meaning there was an ace that I flipped, and for some reason I thought I didn't do the jumping jacks, and maybe I didn't. I haven't watched the replay yet, so I will be tabulating the results from that session yesterday. But this week has been very interesting because I think I set a new unofficial world record for maximum heart rate during exercise. And that happened on Thursday, May 28th, 2026. And I think I hold that record. After poking around, in the Guinness Book of World Records database, looking for something similar, I didn't see it. So who have you ever heard has had a heart rate during exercise of 221? Because on screen it showed 221. The app that I used to record my cardio sessions officially says, 220, basically. But it recalibrated to 221 for that maximum zone, from 209 to 221. And to be at my current age of 49, that is just, I think, unheard of. So it begs the questions: what am I doing to accomplish this? Am I being consistent with my methods? My choices? Such as the X39 and the X49, which I'm wearing here. There's one, there's a second. And when I wrap it up into a present and I add the deuterium depleted water with a hydrogen molecular bond angle of 114 degrees, does it play a role? Does it contribute to my body's ability to actually do this? Does it increase the voltage, the electricity in my body? I don't think it's a coincidence, to be honest. I really don't. So let's see what happens today. with the increase in the intensity for the fitness stress test. But prior to that, I'm going to do the warm-up, which I'm taking a heart rate monitor. I'm just turning it on here. So that's where I put it. And join me. So I'm going to set the metronome at not 228. That's when I do the fitness stress testing, that's the tempo it's going to be at 228. But for the warm-up, I'm going to set the tempo at, or for the 10-minute HIIT, I'm going to set the tempo at 165. So you'll should hear that. Let's see. Okay, that's working. That's good. So my heart rate is reading on the app. So let's begin today's 10-minute HIIT. I'm going to use the beaded rope as I did for the session yesterday. All right. So obviously my heart rate is, I'm relaxed, 58. All right. Let's begin. So 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off at the tempo of 165. So tripped. By doing crossovers or crisscrosses, it really creates a lot of blood flow with the running step. Feels good. actually. So far. No, I don't start climbing. Really? I thought, why not throw some doubles in there? Yeah, I can go faster. finds a nice, comfortable pace. There we go. All right. I'm gonna grab some water. And of course, this is deuterium depleted, my favorite. And for all those who say, ah, it's snake oil. Uh-huh. It's very far from it. Because just keep an eye on the timer here. 1 minute down for recovery. So with the metronome, I'll set it at 228. As you see written on the screen. And technically that's faster than the time required, largely because in order to to have the proper time of 60, or no, the proper revolutions per second, I need to put the metronome at a decimal point, so 227 point something, whichever it was. So you can see how my heart rate has recovered nicely. Of course, later. There we go. So I said 228 because I can't put a decimal point on this particular metronome. So if I could essentially take it's 227 point something for 66 seconds, but for the purpose of speed, I'm going to try 228. And so today's attempt will be the very first one at that tempo with that black rope, which I'll grab momentarily here. And I don't know how this is going to go because to be honest, it's a faster pace means that I'm going to get tired faster. Perhaps, maybe, I don't know, we'll see. I know 30 seconds should be relatively straightforward, meaning easy for me, because that, as you can see, when I was just doing the crisscrosses, I could crisscross faster than the tempo of 165. Now what that actually equates to, I don't know, I'm thinking it's over 200 beats per minute. Because it's significantly quicker when I did it. So, let's see how it goes. The black rope, as I talked about, is here. So I will show you momentarily. Let's go switch screens. So there's that rope with the kink in it, so you can see. And I will put this right here. Now, which is lying on the floor. So, 228. Oh my. That's quite the tempo. Just thinking I'm going to hold the now. So you can see kind of where the rope is if I measure it. The handles are above my, so the length of the rope is here at the chest height for me. So kind of gives you an idea how it is in comparison to others. This rope here is 1/4 pound, and it's an older rope. And I will also try the fitness test with this guy. This is the other beaded rope. It's kind of the same weight as this one. And we'll see how it goes, to be honest. Oh, my heart rate's really dropped. So I'm nice and pretty relaxed, which is good. Now, and then once I'm done with the black and gray beaded rope, I will use this guy at the end. Largely because the vinyl rope, I have not replaced it yet, the one that I broke. I just gotta find either the original from Buddy Lee. I'm not sure if I can get it. I think I can. For the Rope Master, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, so very first attempt at 224 or 228. See how many skips I can get. So, using the metronome to count, 0, 1, 2, that would be 8 steps. So, I match the tempo, then that tells me I'm on pace. I have to keep pace with that tempo. So, and since I know it's faster, I have a little bit of window at the end to play with tempo-wise if I start slowing down. That's how you know I'm trying to last, to get to the at least 66 seconds mark. Alright. And then my heart rates come up. Breathing. Yeah, that's one thing I'm going to try to do is make sure my focusing on the tempo. That's my goal. Focus on the tempo. Only the tempo. Ah. Here we go. Wow. Why is my heart rate so low? It was a good attempt, I think, at that pace. I know it's close. All right, so I said I would try with this rope. As you see, just gonna one thing I find is that when you're spinning the rope at that tempo, you are really putting a lot of stress on your forearms and your shoulders, largely because you're squeezing the blood out. And there comes a point where it's kind of like you reach your anabolic threshold, meaning you're over and above the your max VO2, because that's when you can feel the change in the muscle. And for me, that is something that I've been training, if you want to call it that, in a roundabout way to help increase that. And I think it shows, especially when I'm doing just the regular warm-up. When I did the pace at 150 on Thursday, where I set that maximum heart rate of 221 or 220, moving at that pace was pretty comfortable, to be honest. I was not feeling the lack of oxygen being delivered to my hands, to other parts of my body, and a lot of that has to do with just the body's ability to deliver that oxygen. And so when I say I think my VO2 levels are very strong, I think they are, because why would I have a heart rate that high and still be able to move the way I did on Thursday and not feel dizzy at all? Like nothing. it just, there's a connection. And is that connection as the result of the things that I'm doing as far as my choices? Yeah. Yes, there is. Yeah. I would believe so, because I have not been able to do stuff like this without it. So, my heart rate has recovered. So now I'm going to try the test with this rope, which here, when I measure, the top of the handle is here. So, kind of giving you an idea of the length of the rope, including the handle. Whereas the rope itself is right here underneath. So the rope is shorter, but the rope itself is kind of, I think it's heavier slightly than the black rope. So let's give it a shot. Here we go. With the gray and black beaded rope. This one here makes a different sound. So listen for the rope sound. Not necessarily just the click. All right. Oh my, really? Ouch. Hit my knuckle, the rope. It certainly feels different because of the my arm position. It feels different because I have to hold it closer to my body. Whereas the other rope, I'm holding it farther out. And that's where I'm using my wrist more to actually move the rope. Whereas with this one, I use more of my bicep. Maybe not as much, but it's there. So the idea is to be as relaxed as possible, and okay, just looking at the beads itself. Okay, yeah, these ones certainly have been, you can tell, there's a few miles on this rope too. So I'm going to give it one more shot with this one here. Alright, yeah. It feels good. It's different. It certainly does feel different. Just wait till my heart rate recovers here. So, with the finals test, I'm going to use this rope here. This one is the lightest of the three that I have. And I will be holding this. So here to show you, with the handle, comes up to here. The rope length is here. So with this one here, I'm going to hold the handle kind of like on the rib. There's a ribbon, there's ribs on these handles. So I'm going to hold it on the second rib. So there's the end, one rib. There's the end, one rib. There's the second one. So that's kind of where I'm going to hold it, start the holding. So on the inside of the beads is just the nylon type of rope. I think this is 3 milliliters or 3 millimeters. Millimeters. So I think this would be equivalent to maybe a 4 millimeter or maybe a 5 millimeter rope in terms of its thickness, because you have the feel. Okay, so let's give this a shot. I'm getting close. The 200 mark, I think. But I'm just feeling spent a little bit. Running out of gas, which is okay. Because I think I put in a solid effort today. I came into today's session with just a really open mindset, and given that it's the first attempt at this pace, and I like how it feels. It feels good. It's not something that I think cannot do. I think I can reach this plateau of 228. 250 skips in 66 seconds. So let's have a look at the heart rate here now that my heart rate is recovered. So today's date stamp, you see here, May 30th, 2026. Starting time at 3:08 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And according to the heart rate zone, I didn't get into 150. I didn't get into the 165 zone. My maximum today, 151. So here's a nice kind of gradual, and then it starts to sawtooth. So that's telling me that my conditioning is good. And I had a really strong recovery here for 2 minutes. And then what's interesting, is what happens here. I think that was still kind of recovering and just talking about things. Oh. And then this, I think, is the first attempt, followed by a recovery down, and then another attempt here, so whichever one that was, and then obviously the last attempt here, where you can see now my oxygen levels inside the body are not as strong, but to be pushing at that very fast pace, it it's a reflection of my overall conditioning, which I believe is quite strong. So, when I'm pushing 200 plus, I'm testing I'm working the heart muscle, the heart. Make sure it's operating at its peak performance. And then when I really need it to push, or to support, or when I'm going to push the pace, then it can deliver. So it responds differently, which is very interesting from my point of view because of the type of training that I have been doing. So that's it for today, sunny Saturday. I'll be back on Monday. Tomorrow I'm going to take a day off, and you should too. Make sure you do get your rest, because it is important for you in your overall journey for your health and longevity. And when you're ready to pull the trigger, power your DNA with the best. I think there's lots to be said about this, the X39, the X49, and I use also the YH Renew. And if you have pain, this will take over some serious pain for short periods of time, and then you use this for long periods of time to remove that chronic pain that you have, and really power your body with it. But you have to make sure that you use the 3 aminos to experience the benefits, as you see on the screen. So if you want to learn more, scan the QR code. It'll take you to unlockyourBioenergy.godaddysites.com, or click on the links in the comments of this video, and you'll see at the bottom of the page is where you'll find these buttons. I tell you how to make the water, where to get it. I don't make a single penny telling you about it. Not one. All right? And when you're ready to pull the trigger on an X39, you can do it risk-free. Risk-free. And that is a very important piece. And when you're making choices that are beneficial for you with the 3 aminos, make sure you're getting glycine, histidine, and lysine, those 3. And when you have trace minerals or trace levels of copper floating around in your body, then it becomes the all-powerful GHKCU, because this will tap your body on the shoulder like this, get your attention, and experience the benefits. Today is day number, 411, where I have been wearing the X39. So the X49 I started earlier this year was on February 16th, 2026, and since then it's very good. I cannot say it's bad, because it's helping me doing what I'm doing here. So we'll see you tomorrow, or see you on Monday. Have a good night. Bye for now.